So we're given a rational function. We have f of x of 6x minus 7 divided by x cubed minus 64x. We want to find the domain, vertical, and horizontal asymptotes. So for the domain and vertical asymptotes, we take the denominator, set it equal to 0, and we solve. Alright, so this is a cubic, but I can see that both of my terms have an x. So I'm going to factor out an x, and we're left with x squared, because there's 3 and we took out 1, and then just the minus 64, because we took the x out. So one of my factors is x, and the other factor is x squared minus 64. So this is a perfect square. We have negative 64 and 0, because there's no middle term. So positive 8, negative 8. So this can actually factor into x plus 8, x minus 8. So for this one we have 3 factors. We have x, we have x plus 8, we have x minus 8. So remember, when everything's in factors form finally, set each factor equal to 0 and then solve. So for this one, x equals 0, and then for these it's the opposite. So x equals minus 8 and x equals positive 8. And x equals 0. So these are our boundary numbers. They're also the vertical asymptotes. So I'm going to fill out B. The vertical asymptotes are 0, negative 8, and positive 8. So if we look at a graph, 6x minus 7 divided by x cubed minus 64x. I can see here that x equals negative 8, x equals 0, x equals positive 8. Those are my asymptotes. So we want to look at the domain, what's happening before those lines. So I go left to right. Okay, we have negative infinity to x equals negative 8, not included. And then we pick up. So I'm going to just draw a number line so we can get a better idea of what's happening. So the graph goes from negative infinity, and then at negative 8, 0, positive 8, and then goes to infinity. So at these numbers, we have a vertical asymptote, there's a break. I'm going to put open circles. So our domain, we go negative infinity, and then we stop and have the asymptote at negative 8. We would write our domain as negative infinity, negative 8, not included. And then we're going to have another interval. And we were at negative 8. I'm just going to look at the graph. It makes kind of a U shape. So at negative 8, it's really, really, really close. Then it gets really, really close to 0. So the graph is between negative 8 and 0, but those are not included. And then we have another section. Really, really close to 0, really, really close to 8. Not included. And then another section, that should be a U, not a comma. It picks up at 8 and goes all the way out to infinity. So notice on the graph, we have 1, 2, 3, 4 sections of the line in between the asymptotes, and we have 1, 2, 3, 4 sections of the domain. Okay, so it helps to look at the graph on these two. Last step, we want to find the horizontal asymptote. So we're going to look at the degrees. So 6x to the first power, and then x to the third power. So on the numerator, our highest degree is 1. And on the denominator, the highest degree is 3. So when it's higher on the bottom, that means there's an asymptote at y equals